Hi, this is Lee from the Bar Exam Toolbox and the Law School Toolbox. Welcome back. 'Tis the season for bar results. So in today's podcast, we're sharing common questions we receive from bar takers seeking advice about studying again. Another question we get pretty frequently is, should I take this bar exam or the next administration? I feel like I must talk to every single person about this question. What about you?
It's pretty common because the reality is, a lot of people who did not pass the exam might have expected to pass and they have other things going on. So they might be working, they may have family obligations. Maybe you put your life on hold for 2 months to study for the bar and you can't do that this time. So I think this is a legit question. I think it's complicated. I think our general advice is probably if there's a way you can do it, sure, take the next test. That being said, if you can look ahead and say, there is no way with the holidays, with everything I have going on, that I'm going to be able to carve out the necessary time to study, then there's really no reason to go and fail the exam again.
100%. Generally speaking, most people need around 400 hours to study for the bar. And it's important to sit down and ask yourself where those 400 hours are going to come from.
Yeah.
And if you are moving or taking care of an ailing parent or have a demanding job, I think that it's possible you can't find 400 hours or even something very close to it
Right.
to study again. And I think there needs to be honesty when really evaluating this question. I think sometimes as someone will tell us this question, I can hear the fear in their voice. Like, I want to just push this boulder down the road and say I'm going to take July because that sounds really far away. And that gives me plenty of time. And I get that, right? I get that. I don't like to go to the doctor, so I make doctor's appointments like months ahead of time just so I can forget that I have them until they show up on my calendar. I get it, right? But there is also a benefit to taking the next administration. The law is going to be fresher in your brain. You aren't as removed from the study period. There are lots of reasons why you may want to take this next administration. You really have to go through kind of some self-analysis to make sure you're not self-sabotaging yourself and just trying to push the boulder down the road.
I think that's right. And I've definitely at the same time spoken with people who said, well, this is the third time I'm taking it and I took it once. It didn't go well. The second time, I just really wasn't mentally there. I was really demoralized. I was still like very, very, very upset about this. I couldn't focus. And, in that scenario, I was like, okay, the bar is going to be there when you can actually be mentally prepared to take it. If this is so devastating to you that you just absolutely cannot cope with it, go talk to a therapist or something and try to get some help. But, if in a couple of weeks you're still like, I can't do this again right now, that's fine. There are plenty of reasons not to take the bar exam at a particular given time. So I think my default is always like, look, if we can figure out a way to make this work, sure, take the next exam. If not, then maybe you wait. And part of that is also like, can you access the resources that you need? So if you're completely financially strapped, maybe it makes sense to work for a little while and then be a little more stable, have resources that you can apply towards getting help with this and then be set up and, get it done. There's just no point in kind of cycling through these exams, not being ready for them.
100%. I had a student many, many, many years ago who was really in a financial situation where she could not, access any more resources. And she knew she needed help. She needed tutoring. She needed someone to help walk her through this. So she took a hiatus. She went and did bartending, which is what she did on the side, made as much money as she could for a period of time, and then stopped working, studied full time, and was able to pass the test. And I think that there was a lot of honesty in evaluating her situation and saying, like, I'm better off waiting a few months, getting all my life stuff in order and getting the help that I need so I can give it a good, honest try. Because what some folks really don't consider is the amount of money it takes to just give the bar a shot. That's not even like hiring a team like us. This is just paying those fees to sit for the test, paying the laptop fees, maybe going to a location where you need to sit for the test. Those dollars add up really quickly. And so if you're going to sit for it, just make sure you have a chance to invest in it to give yourself a chance of passing. I just don't think it's a wise use of money to just sit for the experience.
No, because it's going to be demoralizing. Again, even if you
Yeah.
just think, well, I've had people say, look, I knew I wasn't ready. I shouldn't have taken it again. And it's like, okay, well, that's fair. I just prefer people
Hmm.
kind of get to that point beforehand rather than wasting multiple months of their life and lots of money to find out that actually this never made sense to start with.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, give us a like, and leave us a comment. And check back for future updates on preparing for the bar. Thanks for watching.